Hey guys, this is a quick tutorial on LowerThirds from the perspective of ProPresenter. So here we have ProPresenter computer. We're going to launch the application. First thing I want to show you guys is how to see what you're sending. So there are three displays set up. Projector, OBS main, which is going to always match the projector. It's the full send of the entire formatting. And then a third one called LowerThird OBS. When you select these views, you're going to see what you send to each source. So in this case, we're going to page between these two throughout the quick tutorial. So we're going to start with OBS main. As you can see, you're sending the welcome slide loop. Over here we have the OBS computer, which will launch OBS, and we'll demonstrate what we see. So on the left of the screen is the input we're receiving from OBS test. On the right side of the screen is a live view of the main camera. We could also use camera right, which has a little bit of a brighter display for testing purposes. Let's go back to our tech computer. So we're viewing OBS main, which is a perfect match to what we see in OBS. Where LowerThirds really shines is during the music portion of the service. The way it's configured, only 3 lines can be supported. And I'll show you what happens if you pick a slide with too many lines. But first, let's go ahead and change our background. I'd like to verify that OBS is seeing the new background and the camera. If we switch to the LowerThirds, you'll see nothing's being displayed. Let's put some text. This is the OBS main feed, which if we go to the OBS main feed, you'll see that reflected here. If we change our view to LowerThirds, you'll see there's overlap because it's more than 3 lines. And notice how this projection is identical to what we see over here. The difference is we are overlaying the background image to a camera. But as a tech person, you can see what you're going to send before you send it, and you can use this view to determine, either I have to make a formatting change, which in this case you do not, or there's too many lines to use a LowerThird. We could create more than 3 lines, but then it starts to get a little goofy. You're taking up half the screen in words, and that kind of defeats the purpose. The moral of the story is there's very little to no responsibility on the tech person's part. We do not want to add any more to your plate. This is simply just to give you a quick picture of how it works. But to be very clear, the usage of LowerThirds falls on the producer's lap, not on yours. So let's take a song right here. As you can see, we're displaying a full display. If we go to LowerThirds, you'll see what that looks like. Now let's go to our computer, and this is simultaneous, which allows the producer to choose. They can either take the overlay or they can take the full projector. It really depends on them. And the nice thing is the tech person's not doing anything different. They're just clicking through slides as normal, and the producer is able to make the call. Do I use LowerThirds or do I use projector? In conclusion, I'd like to just review the only potential task we will need the tech team to do in order to support LowerThirds, and that's to fix any formatting on songs that have duplicate text fields. Let me demonstrate. Over here I've selected, we're in the LowerThirds view, I've selected no longer slaves. If we were to switch to OBS main or again projector, which are the same thing, we see the globe and we see this looks just fine. Nothing wrong here. However, if we go to LowerThirds, it is in the center, or bottom center. So bad, good, bad. I discovered that if you go into the edit view for this song, notice there's two text elements. One is fake news and one is the real text element. You just have to get rid of the fake news element. So there's only one. This one, as you remember, was already good, and this one was also bad. So 1, 2, 3, and there's more. But let's leave number 5. So 1 or 2, 3, 4 should all be good now, and 5 should be bad. Let's confirm. Good, 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 bad. If we go back to OBS main, unaffected, unaffected, unaffected. So that's the worst case scenario, is during rehearsal, if the producer notices, so this is all good, if the producer notices a problem like this, he's gonna see it over here, and he'll have to tell you, hey, it looks like we have a duplicate text box, and then the tech person will just edit that song, remove the duplicate. I think you only do this once per song, and then we should be good. That I'm not sure about at this point. So the song should be good now. Let's verify it. Yes, 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 yes. And as you can see, we are ready for lower thirds on No Longer Slaves. So that's everything I had for today. If you had any questions, of course you always let Kaylee know, and if there's anything you guys need from me. Just wanted to do this as a concerted effort of lower thirds since it impacts both teams, and I hope it was helpful. Thanks everybody.